What's up, everybody? We have Chris here, who's an excellent student of Major League Profits, and he's made a lot of money doing something called sports betting arbitrage, and he's here to tell you all about it. And he's also made some money with sports cards as well. But Chris, you want to introduce yourself? Like, who are you? Where are you from?
Yeah,
Go into a little bit.
yeah, you bet. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate the time. My name is Chris Healy. I'm from the Portland area, Portland, Oregon area. I joined Major League Profits last summer uh, with the intent of, and still the intent of, making, a side income in sports cards, and really got introduced to the arbitrage from you and Chad, and really started getting into that as a means to help pay for the program as well as start funding my cards as well. And I kind of really got into it, and so far it's been really good. I've really started tinkering with the arbitrage about August, I would think, and just listened to Chad and did everything that he told me to do, and try to follow it as best I could. And and since about the middle of August or so until now, I've made around 15 to $16,000 doing that.
Okay, cool. So like 3.5, 4 months, because we're
Yeah.
speaking right now in December, like 15, 16 grand. You want to go into it a little bit, like bird's eye view, like what is sports betting arbitrage?
Yeah, you bet. When I first started this, I was not a huge sports gambler at all. I knew very little. I knew enough about sports gambling. I mean, I understood the process and the concept, but I didn't really go into the deep dive stuff. And when I got introduced to Chad, and he kind of gave me the step by step on how to take advantage of um, you know, sports arbitrage and really the low holds and really the offshore accounts, because I live in Oregon. I only have DraftKings, and even DraftKings doesn't let you bet on college sports in Oregon. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
because
that.
it's like state run. And so it's really all about, like, 95% of what I do is offshore. And so he really taught me and gave me a step-by-step outlook on how to get all the bonuses and really just kind of play both sides. And I really, when I signed up for your program, Eric, I wasn't expecting the arbitrage to be such a huge impact right off the bat for me. And it's helped me pay for the program. It's helped me start investing in more sports cards without having to go into debt.
Yeah.
Um, and so it's really been a great avenue to really take advantage of the entire program.
Cool. Yeah, someone actually asked me this the other day. The reason we don't advertise it and we just hold it for the accelerator program is because like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, they don't let you even though it's not gambling, they'll think
Right,
it's gambling and they don't let you advertise anything gambling related.
right.
So that's why we
Yeah,
don't advertise it. But yeah, it's really cool. I tell people all the time, like, just do it. You can make money right
yep,
away. There's no risk.
yep.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and I would just say to anyone out there, like, um, don't even if you don't know a lot or if you know a ton, it doesn't really matter. It just listen to Chad and listen to the strategies that he has on how to take advantage of everything, and just kind of stay the course and be steady, and it'll happen. It's been,
What
been
was you're like 3.5, 4 months in, you made like 16K. What was it? Your month by month? Like month number one, you made this. Month two,
yeah.
you
So
made
month
this.
yeah month number one, I made probably maybe two, uh, 2 to 2,500, something like that, with all the intro bonuses that I had. Um, and then the second month, um, I made three, I believe, about just over 3,000. And then the last two, I've made between four and five.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think you'll make next month?
Next month, it'll be in the same, about probably around the 5,000 range, I would
Four
think.
and
I mean,
five.
just
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, you're doing it right. That's why we tell people like, listen, like just do the arbitrage, make the free quick money, then put some of
yep,
it into the cards, get both wheels spinning, and you make a lot of money. It's
yep.
it's really cool. What was your I'm curious, like when you first found out about us? Like, what was your mindset? Like, were you like looking for a side income?
Yeah.
Like, were you like, what was your goal in terms of like how much money you wanted to make per month?
Yeah.
Like, what were you looking for?
Yeah, so I have a good job. I'm a commercial real estate for business. So I do a lot of commercial real estate, a lot of loans for small businesses here in the Portland area, and I make a good money. But I've got 4 kids. I've got a
It's
mortgage.
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's never. I hate to say it's never enough, but it's not enough to live the way I want to live. And I know that you have to have a second source of income out there to help you get to where you want to go. And
Hmm.
I've always wanted to have that. Real estate can be very expensive to get into. That's what I deal with on a day-to-day basis for my job. But I love sports cars. I've always loved sports cars. And so that's how I initially gotten involved was through that. And I really wanted to make that extra 4 or 5 thousand bucks a month to be able to do that. And that's a big goal right off the bat for sports cards. But when I got introduced to the arbitrage, I found an avenue to where I could really make that happen. And and then really kind of start building my business that way. And
Cool.
yeah, having a side income is huge. And it's especially around this time of year, Christmas time. I mean,
Yeah, it's
again, I got four
expensive.
kids and Christmas is paid for. I mean, I haven't been able to say that for a long time. So
Sweet.
that's pretty cool.
And what do you see for 2025? Like now you have the arbitrage stuff going. That seems like it's making you like 4 to 5K a month. How much do you think you could net from the sports cards by like middle of 2025?
Oh, middle of next year, my goal is to really start getting more and more back into the sports card thing. And I really think that $3,000 to $4,000 a month is what I want to do and kind of take it from there. Because if I can earn an extra 4 or 5 on each of these avenues, I mean, it really that's my ultimate goal because that's where I can really start doing some things in my life that I want to do.
Yeah, an extra 100 grand a year doesn't
Yeah,
hurt, right?
it's no joke. It's no
Yeah,
joke.
that doesn't hurt, especially when you're I tell people this all the time. It's funny because like it's actually like kind of fun to
Yeah,
make money with the arbitrage and the cards. Now, it doesn't feel like work sometimes. Like looking at cards is kind of fun.
yeah,
So,
and it's always different too. I mean, with the sports arbitrage, I've always loved sports anyway, but it's kind of fun to watch and knowing that you don't have a whole lot on the line either way. It
yeah.
takes that stress out of it, which is kind of
Yep.
nice.
Yep, it does. And I'll leave you off with this. So, let's say somebody comes up to you on the street and they're like, "You know what? I've seen the idea of making money with sports cards. I've seen this Eric Michael guy. It looks like a scam. He looks like he's just gonna take your money and run to Vegas with it." What would you say to that person?
To that person, I would tell them to check it out and that it's not I mean I understand people's skepticism on a lot of things. I think being skeptical is kind of human nature. But at the same time, you can always tell a good program by the upfront I don't want to say promises that you make because you don't. It's about what they put onto you to do it, and it's up to the person to make it happen. And you give them the tools and the resources to make it happen, but it's up to the person to do it. And I would just tell that person if you believe in yourself that check it out. Doesn't cost anything to check it out and trust yourself to do it. And if you do
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it'll happen.
That's what I tell people, man. It's
Yep.
like we have 500 testimonials. Like, do you think you're any
Yep.
different than any of these people? Like,
Yep.
I mean, we're doing one right now. Like, it works. It's just, are you
Yep.
gonna like execute on the information or you're not?
Exactly.
That's really what it comes down to. But Chris, I do appreciate it. I will upload this and throw it in the Discord, and everyone will be like, "Holy shit, that's crazy, Chris! How'd you do that?"
Perfect.
Sure you'll get a bunch of messages, but I do appreciate it, Chris.
No, I appreciate you too, Eric, and thank you for all you do. And I'm looking forward to getting more back into the sports cars now that I have a good flow of everything. So it's been
Awesome,
good. Yeah.
awesome. Let's do it.
All right.